Could you introduce yourself and share a bit about your background in astrology?
So my name is Marielle Churaqui. I originally come from France. I was born in northern France, in Brittany. But I've been living in London, in the UK, for most of my adult life. I remember very vividly when I was about 7 years old, how I first learned about astrology and about sun signs. And I was with my aunt and my cousin, and my aunt looked in a book to check which sign I was. And I just remember still how I knew that this was important. And I think sometimes with astrology, somehow it's a calling. You're just attracted by the subject. You don't know why, and it's something that comes from your heart. And that's something that then I looked into a lot more when I was an adolescent. I think around the age of 14, I started reading a lot about astrology. I had a friend who was also really into it. So we spent a lot of time looking at astrology books together and discussing astrology. But it's only in my mid-20s when I started seriously looking at astrology. I remember the first book I read that was quite, I suppose, serious was the Astrology for Lovers by Liz Green. And that's when I started understanding how the chart was constructed, really. I remember learning then about the elements and everything else. And then at my Saturn return, I enrolled with the faculty. And then it took me a whole Jupiter cycle to complete my diploma. So it took me 12 years to complete my diploma with the faculty. But I loved the whole journey. It was just so amazing. And I made some fantastic friends as well, which was great. And a few years ago, I started teaching with the faculty. And there's been such a privilege and a lovely journey. What I like about teaching is just sharing all that knowledge. And you know how valuable it is, you know how much it really teaches about yourself and the people around you. It also makes you more tolerant about other people. So I love sharing that knowledge. I think it's just so wonderful. And also sharing the journey with other students, a journey that you've gone on yourself and you're accompanying them. And I just love that. So, yeah.
Amazing. What do you enjoy most about teaching?
I think the relationship with the students. I think that's what I enjoy the most. Getting to know them and seeing how they start to really develop a view of looking at the world from the perspective of astrology. And I think that's something, and how they see how students get really comfortable after a while working with all those symbols and the enjoyment they get out of it. I think the relationship with the students is probably what I enjoy the most.
What advice do you have for students who are new to astrology?
Enjoy it. Take your time. I think it's really important to savor the journey and realizing that there's always more to learn, and how even if there are things you don't understand at first or you find difficult, you just have to wait until you digest it. It's a process, and the process can't always be forced. So you can't speed up the process. You've just got to take your time and enjoy the journey.
In your opinion, why should students choose the Faculty of Astrological Studies to pursue their astrological education?
I think the faculty has got a structured approach to astrology. So you're learning things step by step, which is wonderful. And you're covering really what is really important to know about astrology. And I also think that one thing that we do really well at the faculty is we hold people's hands. So we really accompany them in their journey, and we really try to support them throughout. And I think that's something that yeah, we do well. So that's, and also, I mean, obviously, the faculty is extremely well regarded in terms of the exam. So if you've got the diploma, it's just a proof that you've really studied astrology in depth. So that's everybody knows how difficult it is to get the diploma from the faculty. So when you've got it, you're definitely an astrologer.